Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for my Norwich City versus Watford match preview, or Watford versus Norwich City match preview. Of course, the game coming up this Saturday, and it was a massive, massive game. When I first looked at the fixture list early on in the season, I saw this game as a season-defining game, and I still see it that way. I think if Norwich City lose this, we're thrown right into a relegation scrap, heavily in a relegation scrap. And if we win this, we sort of build a bit of a gap from the bottom three and show the Premier League what we're about. We've got a fantastic record against Watford. Last season, we scored 6 goals against Watford in 2 3-0 wins. Admittedly, Watford weren't at their strongest. In one of the games, they had a player sent off after like a minute. And in the second game, Wes Hoolahan dived for the first goal and they sort of crumbled after that. But it's still fantastic confidence to take into this game. But Watford have started this season incredibly well. Currently have 19 points and already got 5 wins on the table. That equals the amount of wins they had last time they were in the Premier League. So that shows just how well they're doing. And I certainly didn't expect them to start this well, but I didn't expect their 2 frontmen to be so pivotal and step up as much as they have done. I knew Ighalo and Deeney were fantastic players, but Deeney started slowly, and I didn't think Ighalo would step up to the Premier League, but they both have done that incredibly well. Deeney and Ighalo have created 23 chances for each other this season. That is more than any other pairing in the Premier League this season, which shows just how deadly that partnership can be if teams don't get a hold of it early on in the game. And this game obviously has goals in. In the past 22 meetings between the two sides, Norwich City have scored a goal in, and there's been goals in the game. So it proves to me that this game is going to have goals. Neither of these teams have the strongest defence. I think that's fair to say about Norwich City, although our defence has got better over the past couple of games, which is a lot more promising to see. I thought we looked pretty decent against Chelsea, looked good against Manchester City, kept a clean sheet against Swansea and done pretty well against a very strong Arsenal team. So it seems like we've found our strongest back four, and then back four are performing really, really nicely. It just depends if we can find that balance between defence and attack again. We found that against Arsenal, and I hope we can find that once again against Watford. Another key factor is, who do we play up front? Do we go for Mbakani? Do we go for Lafferty, Jerome, or Graben? I think it certainly points towards Graben at the moment, only because he started the last game and scored. You can't really drop a striker who scored, in my opinion. And Graben kind of suits this game. He had a lot of luck against Watford last year. Scored 2 wonderful goals against them away from home. And I think Graben's finally found his feet kind of this season now. He took his chance incredibly well, and let's just hope he grabs onto this opportunity with 2 hands and really thanks Alex Neil for it and does well. As I said, this is an absolutely massive game for Norwich City. Not so much for Watford, which is why I'm slightly more positive. If both of us were in a relegation scrap, I wouldn't fear the worst, but I think Watford would be more fired up for it because they're like 9 points from the bottom 3, and we're only 3. I think there's a bit more pressure, not on us to perform, but I don't think there's as much pressure and as much hype around Watford as there is for us. I'm not saying Watford are going to take this game lightly, but if they were really struggling, they would probably be more fired up for it. I don't know. That's just me. I think that's a mentality issue that might face the players. But it's a big game for us. It's going to be very interesting to see what team Alex Neil picks, because the last 5 games for us have come against tougher opposition, and we've set up quite defensively. So now it's a case of whether Alex Neil goes once again, sort of sets up for the counter, or whether he just goes all-out attack that we saw earlier on in the season, and it kind of cost us in quite a few games. So that's the most interesting point to see. Score prediction, I'm going for, I think we're going to win the game. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Norwich. I think Graben's going to get on the score sheet again, and maybe Nathan Redmond. It all depends on how we attack the game. I think if we can get Redmond forward and we can get Brady forward and really start to create chances for Graben, then I think we're going to pose threats. If we put Howson out on the right, and I'm not feeling so confident then. I don't think Howson should be starting out on the right-hand side for this game. But check out my pick the team / predicted 11 for that formation talk, basically. So let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. I hope you guys are enjoying all the videos coming out at the moment. I've been creating videos like mad before this Christmas run-in, so I hope you guys have been enjoying that. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and see you at Watford. Peace out.